stuff. But
I can't
let
lie,
me
bro.
put out
I
this
thought
link.
KD and I thought KD and Kyrie gonna make like another spin back, and these niggas just these
You,
niggas phony.
you,
I thought
yeah,
they
you,
going
you talk, you talking about two of the most flaky players there are running it back.
Yeah,
you right, you right,
Literally
you
flaky.
right.
it's
Doesn't need
crazy
look.
how everyone was like, "Oh man, Kyrie sucks." Like because after KD was like after he requested a trade, but then it came out, "Oh no, we still want to play with each other," kind of. And all that
Just
shows to
not
me
in
is
Brooklyn.
like, yeah, just not in Brooklyn. All that shows to me is that like KD, he just like has no self awareness, whether it be of the situation, whether it be his own career, his own faults, like at every imaginable turn.
A lot of psychoanalyzing.
I hope
I mean,
he pulls a LeBron and goes back to OKC.
nah, the LKC
Yes.
can't give them that.
Yes.
Of course, Jason.
Hopefully, he comes to Houston. Am I right? Shout
Don't
out,
y'all
Bray.
still got another 2
Shut
seasons
up.
in
Nah,
Houston?
nah, he wouldn't do shit in Houston. What are you talking about?
He wouldn't do shit in OKC.
Nigga, fuck you.
Who's he gonna play with?
Josh
Poku?
Giddey, nigga, what you mean?
Josh Giddey, yeah,
Okay, all right.
All right.
and Poku. Now that you
Yeah,
said it,
y'all think Josh Giddey finna be the savior, man? This is
He
crazy.
just left an Australian and
So what?
He is our savior.
So Jay, y'all waiting for a white savior? Is what I'm hearing.
Have you not seen this? Have you not seen this fucking
Bomb.
team?
Boom.
Josh Giddey is not a good player.
Shut the fuck up, Ace.
Facts.
fuck you, Ace.
Box creation
That's
does
what I'm
not
saying.
equal good player. No cap.
Nigga, fuck
No
you.
cap.
Fuck all of you. Fuck
And
all
this
of
one
you.
player is like extremely better than them
Exactly.
offensively.
Hey, I mean, you lost. Hey, you lost a good player too, though, didn't you, Ace?
I'm not crying. My dick's there.
Yeah. I mean, what's he gonna
We're
do?
getting
in New York
college sex.
anyway?
We're getting sex. I'm not.
Y'all are not
What are
getting
you
college
talking about?
texted.
Who the fuck is this freak
What
out?
are you talking about, nigga?
Who the fuck is this?
This nigga got
This
Chris
my
Smooth.
cousin, bro.
Is it Deshaun Watson?
Chris Smooth.
Yes, nigga,
Nah,
nigga,
he
nigga,
do
nigga,
look like
nigga.
all them dudes combined.
Yo, that looked like Ace Big Brother, bro. What?
Hey, Chris
No
Smooth
cap.
got out of jail. No cap.
Jail.
Nigga, what the?
What is Chris?
He went to the other person like 2 weeks ago, though. That's not.
Real talk? Oh my god.
I ain't gonna lie. I love you, Jay, but it looked like he did with the way he was standing there.
Bro,
Like,
he did. He
Yeah,
did. He did. He did. I'm not lying. He did.
That's insane. Did he just stay with you?
Yeah. You know,
Mm,
parole and shit.
type beat. So you doing the dealing now?
Shut the fuck up. Just go on conversation, bro.
Okay.
Fuck this shit.
Nigga, are we
Just-
live?
Just ask him. Oh yeah, we are.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
It's been 3 minutes. Welcome to the Loud Wrong Podcast. Welcome to our shenanigans.
Fucking
We're gonna
shit.
we were already talking about KD. I want to read out a quote that was reported by the MVP of the week, Brian Windhorse.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Joe
does he
Sa-
get so much love? I don't know.
Because he went on a rant on the first take. He shut
Yeah,
up
he
the moderator
predicted-
and he was just talking about the Utah Jazz, and he had like so many memes. It was crazy.
Now, didn't he basically predict this shit happening? Like KD and Kyrie breaking up?
He predicted. Well, he predicted that, but when it comes to the Jazz specifically, he predicted that they would be getting in on the Kevin Durant trade.
Didn't he also predict Gobert?
He
moving?
did predict Gobert. He did.
That's crazy.
I know Gobert wasn't gonna stay. I already know.
Yeah,
Well,
but
Wait,
he-
who expected him to go to
He predicted he would go to
Minnesota?
Minnesota.
I in the
right?
minute,
Yeah.
Minnesota's different. I ain't
He
expect that.
specifically said Minnesota, and he said, "Yeah, it's gonna happen in a couple hours."
Oh shit!
Mm.
2 hours passed, and he was.
I
in
mean,
the-
if he got it like that, he got it like that. I don't know what to say.
I was about to say that nigga. That's when
He's
he just
still
got it.
not the MVP of the trade deadline though.
He
He's
is-
making a push. No, he isn't.
Who is?
he is.
Shams.
Nah,
Shams is
nah.
reporting like mid-level exception niggas. I don't care.
Yeah,
So
I
it
don't
doesn't
care
matter.
about Isaiah
Shams had
Harden.
it on the first day of
he
trade,
been-
free agency.
he been reporting.
Shams had it, but like the second day, Woj caught up, and then
It's
He's been with
consistency, bro. It's consistency.
he hasn't been consistent. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
Shams,
neither of
yeah,
them have been
yes.
consistent.
He hasn't
Shams
been-
did
is
nothing
there-
yesterday,
So there's really a Shams and Woj beef, man. Like y'all really comparing them.
and
Crazy.
Windhorse.
No
and
cap.
Windhorse. And
Well, that nigga's the third cousin. type
what's
shit.
the black guy?
Haynes?
Haynes.
Mark
Yeah,
Haynes.
Chris Haynes. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
Mark
Chris
Haynes?
Haynes.
Never
Chris
mind,
Haynes
not
is
Mark.
the one that. No, I think it is Mark Haynes, right?
I don't know.
They
I
look the
forgot
same.
which one
Alright,
got
guys.
canceled and which one just did this. So we're gonna lay off of that. But back to the quote. Joe Tsai would rather have a team that plays hard, that he's proud of, that wins 40 games and fights for the play-in, than a team that has way more talent that he's not proud to be a part of. He should
Shout
have
out
said that in
Josiah.
2020. He should have said that.
I
in
don't
2020.
know. I don't know what you want me to get from that quote. It's sure.
I don't even know
I
who
mean,
Josiah is.
the owner
Of who?
of the Nets,
Oh,
the guy that
Like,
Kevin Durant went
I
to.
mean,
called up,
like,
yeah.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. But at the end of the day, it's not really your choice. I mean, it is because you're the owner, but like, let's be real here. Is it? Like
mindset.
you can have those good, yeah, the mindset part. You can have all these good players, all that shit come in, but if they really don't give a fuck, they don't give a fuck. There's nothing you can do.
No, they gave a
There's something
fuck.
you can do. There's something you can do. You just don't sign him. Because I remember
Fact.
you had a team. What was it, 2019? That young Nets team with D'Angelo Russell, Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, all those
They were
young
lit.
guys.
They were
I'm not
lit.
even saying don't get the like arguably the best player in the league at the time, and then like an arguable top 10 player in Kyrie. I'm just saying don't start DeAndre Jordan day one, and don't sign him to an $11 million contract. Like don't do that. Like I hate to. No, I'm not gonna use Lowe's analogy, but like they were complying with everything Kyrie wanted, everything KD wanted, while they
Mhm.
rode the bench and while the Nets were paying the money. They
They're
traded
second
Jared
bid.
Allen. They traded Karis LeVert. They traded all them guys.
Come on, you do that trade still, though.
No, you don't.
You don't do the Harden trade still?
I was saying at the time, don't
Not
do
the
the
Harden
Harden
trade,
trade.
no.
Bro, you was tweaking like a motherfucker. You do
I-
that Harden trade 10
On
times.
both Harden trades, I told both those teams not to do it. I told the Sixers to do it, and I told the Nets not to do it.
You would have been
Bro,
out of a job. No cap.
Bro, the Nets were doing fine without Harden.
This is
When
just
they
the
had-
darkest
when-
timeline. That's what I feel like. This is
So
just
were
the
the
darkest
Sixers.
timeline. So I guess.
it's hard.
The Harden trade was so unnecessary, dude.
All right,
That
this is
kinda
revisionist history. This is revisionist history.
No, it's
Like, come on.
not.
Yes, it is.
There was a group of
If
people.
you got a chance to get 2020 Harden, who was a guaranteed lock top 5 player,
He
you get
wasn't
that
2020 Harden. He wasn't 2020.
He wasn't. This was in 2020. Am I not
2021.
tweaking? 2021. After coming off the 2020 season, my nigga.
Okay, but I still don't do it because here's the thing, and actually no, I lie. They made the Harden trade, right? But
Right.
then they had. Oh no, I lie. I was mad at the Rockets for giving up Karis and Jared Allen, but still, you had the offense. You had the offense with KD, Kyrie. What's the point in doubling down on Harden if he doesn't have a pick and roll partner to like fully utilize Harden? And if
DeAndre
you already
Jordan?
have two offensive
DeAndre
pieces,
Jordan, nigga.
Hmm?
DeAndre Jordan.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you're giving up the potential pick and roll piece. You're giving up the bench piece. You're giving up the third valve option, scoring option in Karis LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie. You give all that up.
Wait. How about this? Would you rather be a goat offense and probably a top 20 defense? Most likely. I forgot what it was. I'm pretty sure it was a top 20 defense or 25-ish. Or just be a great offense with a lot of depth and no really. I don't think they had really marquee defenders still at that time.
Jared Allen.
But Jared Allen, who could probably get you. Jared Allen at that time. Wasn't he coming off injury?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, but I will say Jared Allen, even as of now, he's still that guy.
He's great. Jared
I
Allen's
love Jared
looking
Allen.
great.
He's
But at the
even
time,
better
you
now.
still didn't know what he was. He was a great prospect. He looked like he become something. But at that time, he
Yeah,
wasn't there yet.
but
The
honestly, man,
previous season, my fault.
no, I was gonna say honestly, man, I knew the Nets sold, or I knew the Nets weren't doing shit as soon as they traded away Jared Allen.
Because the previous season, the one that they played without Kyrie playing, when Kyrie was on the team, but he wasn't playing.
Or the seventh
They
seed,
were
I
2
think.
games under 500, but they were a top 10 defense.
Yeah, and they were the 7th seed, right? Yeah, 7th seed.
Yeah. because that was the
It was-
bubble.
It was a good team, especially when you had Karis LeVert coming off the bench, Dinwiddie and point guard. I'm pretty sure Jared Allen came off the bench too, and they started DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah,
Which
but
at the time,
that was
at the
after
time was all right.
they came back that next season. Before then, Jared Allen was starting. Nick Claxton was off the bench. Joe Harris was still Joe Harris. Like you had a Torian Prince was still on the team.
Man,
this is a lot of revisionist. I'm just saying, if we didn't make it to the darkest timeline, which I feel like this is for the Nets, we'd be, but I guess.
Niggas was saying that back in 2021.
I don't remember. Niggas was saying if you want to trade for Harden, the Heat and the Nets should both trade for Harden. And the Heat didn't want to give up Tyler Hero or something.
Yes.
Or some
yeah,
shit
and
like that.
how well has
And then the Nets.
how
were
well has
willing to
Harden
give up
worked out for him?
Well, that's what he's saying. He thinks that it's playing revisionist
Okay,
history.
my
But
bad.
me personally, you can check my Twitter. JTR said Dinwiddie got injured that year. Karis LeVert had like cancer, and he would have been out. No one knew Allen would be that good. I'm assuming he's saying post Harden trade. Would have worked out if Kyrie didn't pull what he did.
if Card doesn't get injured, that trade
I-
works out.
Yeah,
like
I
if Harden
disagree.
doesn't
with
get
you.
injured in the playoffs, that trade.
I'm
works
I'm
out.
not saying it doesn't work out. I'm just saying what my stance was before. You can check tweets. My stance before was don't make the trade still.
Alright.
I've always been a proponent of keeping well-rounded depth over gearing up for another superstar, especially when
I don't disagree.
you're dealing with pieces that are more complementary, and you already have superstars.
To be honest, 2 is enough to win a championship. You don't need 3. Because sometimes 3, it may give you a little bit better chance, but also just fuck the whole thing up because of how much depth you lose, how much
I'm not
picks you
I'm not
trade.
even gonna say that because they would have won. They would have won 2021.
I don't know about that, man. I feel like egos would get in the way. Egos would get in the way eventually.
Shout out TJ. You know what's crazy? Before Harden was on the Nets were still the 8th seed. They weren't doing nothing.
That's
I
a-
mean, they were missing Kyrie and KD that season. So,
Harden was looking like an MVP candidate on the Nets for like
Whoa.
the first like 40-some games.
yeah.
Before he, and I guess I can see what you're saying. Like, I would make that trade, but
Is Ace's audio going crazy or just me?
Yeah,
It is. It is. I think it'll clear up though. Shout out River.
River gang.
we're just on this podcast.
Archie, Mavs still going on the finals. You can
Shut the fuck up. I mean, I agree, but
You're
fuck,
wrong.
shut the fuck up.
losing to the horn.
We'll beat
Yeah,
Archie's
what do
ass
we-
tomorrow.
Considering all the injuries, considering the things that weren't in their control, like the New York mandate for a minute, we grade. What do we grade this stint? This best theoretical team in NBA history. What do we grade this experiment?
Mid.
Oh shit.
F.
Rated in terms of like how bad it was, it's probably like an 8, 7, 8.
Yeah, no, I'm
Uh,
gonna
It's like
I'm
they
gonna
traded
grade
away.
it off what it's been so far, and it's been mid.
I don't even think it's been mid. I think it's been below mid.
Like there's
Because
Well,
you traded away your whole future, Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, like what,
Yeah.
7 first-round picks for a semi-conference appearance.
To not
Hey,
do shit.
Maybe
And
you
then get
would have
swept up.
won, but you didn't.
I mean, granted, it was a legendary semi-conference appearance, against the Bucks, which some would argue Kevin Durant's foot, an inch behind the line, yada yada. We have a different series, but honestly, bro, they're not doing anything in the conference finals.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You traded
they
away.
played the Hawks.
Yeah, they would have played the Hawks. They probably would have
Yeah.
won.
Okay, Cardiac, what I'm trying to say is this would have been a very depleted and very tired Nets team.
They're winning against the Hawks.
They are.
You're
But
gassing
probably,
the Hawks.
probably in 7 games. If they're at
No,
Hawks,
we're-
it probably would have been in 5.
because that's another potential like week for Harden to get healthy.
And then they faced the Suns.
Suns would have beat him.
Got rid of
Was-
them niggas.
Was Kyrie's injury would that have taken him out for the entire
Mhm.
playoffs?
I forgot what it
Who's
was.
injured?
It was an ankle.
Oh yeah, I
Wait,
think it was like a sprained ankle. Or,
when this injury happened?
It
Uh,
happened in game 2 or 3.
it was 2 or 3. He landed on someone. I think he landed on Giannis, and this whole thing just went and took him out of the series.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Yeah.
But regardless, man, it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. And you know what? I take it back. It would have made a difference, but it would have just resulted in a different NBA champion. It wouldn't have resulted in the Nets being a champion.
And that's why I rank it below mid. Like because he's traded away Karis LeVert, Jared Allen. There's so many players they traded, so many picks.
Honestly, they keep Jared Allen. It's a different scenario because now they have a good big.
He just had an ankle sprain.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I'm looking at the report. It still doesn't say like for how long he was expected to be out.
Shit, is that
But
Achilles?
Yeah.
But if Kyrie comes back and you have another week for Harden to get some semblance of himself, they'll beat the Suns in the finals because then they could just use the Hawks series as just like load up time.
So it doesn't matter. We can play what if, but it doesn't matter.
I was gonna say this is what if. I'm sorry, Drew.
Like
no, you're good.
Oh, yeah.
This is all hypothetical, but right now what we know is they're fucked for the next 10 years. They have no future. Their stars are leaving. What's the youngest player? They got no young talent.
Ben Simmons.
So they have no young talent.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Still,
this is insane.
You saw that story that Ben Simmons posted? The one that he was in the gym working.
Or I'll tell you what. Let me revise. They have no young talent that gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
what are they gonna rely on? Carson Edwards? Niggas don't know who that is.
Do you think Joe Harris is gonna lead him to the promised land?
What happened to Joe Harris?
He might get traded.
He just had an injury that kept him out this past season.
Oh,
that's another thing.
What was his injury?
In the season before that, where he sold them to even need to go to a game 7 with the fucking Bucks.
How are you?
That's the thing. I think that
injuries
injuries
left
take
ankle.
so much of an effect on this that I won't give it an F because of what I know 2021 could be. But because of this season and because those injuries have proven to be consistent, and you were betting on them not happening, it's still a D type shit. So it's still not much better. A left ankle. He had a left ankle injury, but he had to get surgery.
He had to get ankle ligament. Two surgeries?
Yeah.
How do you get?
Bro,
Kyrie your job is to sit in the corner and shoot, bro. How do you get injured?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, but I would not get injured.
I'm gonna watch the clip real quick. Say I got injured.
You just build different, Drew?
Well, if my job is to sit in the corner and just shoot, yes, I am built different.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make any of the shots, but I definitely wouldn't get injured.
You're nasty. Yeah, but they have a chance to reverse it all with this KD trade. Because it's looking like it's gonna be one of the biggest trades ever. I think the nearest thing that we have to this is like Shaq in 04, but even then he was 30, and you look at Shaq, his game is built on his mobility, the conditioning of his body purely.
Is it really going to be one of the
I just got done watching the Joe Harris clip. He went up for a rebound and he fell wrong on his ankle.
Yeah.
So he got injured on a hustle play.
Yeah.
He underwent arthroscopic surgery in November, and then he had to get ligament reconstruction surgery.
That's where me and him are different. I would not hustle.
Oh my god!
And you would not get paid.
You just be in the
I about to say, you don't want to bet enough. You don't want to bet enough.
He would have missed the shot. They got the rebound. Drew still in the corner. That's how he plays basketball.
He's gonna be still in the corner, like,
bro. They could be on the other side of the court. He's in the corner, just like, pass me the ball.
Yeah, he's gonna be those dudes on 2K that just cherry pick.
Hasn't even registered.
Exactly. He's already on the fast break. Niggas didn't get the defensive rebound yet. Like, bro, what are you doing?
I would average at least 5 points.
Please stop.
It's not good enough.
Please stop.
I know it's not good, but it's points.
You wouldn't even average 5.
You can get 5.
How tall are you?
Well, I
6'1".
mean, it don't matter because Drew would probably get overpaid anyway with how these people.
Yeah, I bet the same.
Facts.
Oh yeah, 3-year. Let's say I say like 50 million.
50 million.
Yeah.
Who got overpaid though? Let's be honest. Like
Bradley Beal,
Bradley
Oh,
Beal.
Simons.
Okay, I guess, but like we
PJ Tucker?
get Supermax. He
Anthony,
didn't get
Anthony
overpaid.
Simons.
What we
Anthony
talking
Simons.
about? Who got
Yeah,
overpaid?
he didn't get overpaid. What are y'all talking about?
Wait, who got overpaid? Who got overpaid?
They're saying
Anthony
that PJ Tucker
Simons.
and Anthony Simons got overpaid.
Anthony Simons maybe and PJ Tucker.
How?
How much PJ
Anthony
Tucker got
Simons
paid?
has 100 million.
Let
Doesn't
me
he?
see. PJ, yeah, 110 million.
I mean,
What
the
has he
expected
done?
price of Anthony Simons was like 80
Are
mil.
you talking about just because
Anthony
of the shit
Simons
he did
just
this year?
average.
Just because of the shit he did this year, he deserves 110 million.
PJ
He
Tucker
just
got
averaged 20 and 6 in
Oh, I
like
thought
a
we were
50
talking
game
about
sample
based on
size.
expectations
PJ
because
Tucker
he was
signed a-
expected to get
Yeah,
paid 80 mil.
you expect him to continue to grow because he's like 22. He shows signs to run an offense similar to the franchise star that he'll be playing next year.
PJ
How
Tucker
isn't that worth 20, 25?
PJ
No.
Tucker signed a 3-year, $33.2 million.
I was just saying he was expected to get paid like 80 mil or 85
Actually,
mil
the PJ
coming
one
into
isn't
free
that bad,
agency.
but the
That's why I
fact-
was thinking it was overpaid.
PJ one
I
ain't
don't
that bad, but they're paying him until he's going to be 40. So that's
Yeah.
what
But
it's kinda-
he only has like 5 to 6 NBA seasons under him though, so he's a relatively like younger body.
Who else got overpaid? Oh, Jalen Brunson. He got paid.
Yeah.
He got 100 million
Yeah,
just off
so bad.
15 games.
I can't disagree with you.
Besides his contract
Yeah.
being on like a decreasing contract where it starts at 28 and then goes all the way down to 24, I feel like that's not that bad. I don't know.
For Jalen Brunson?
And
What are
there's
you
also
talking
an option in
20
there as well. Bless
Excuse
you.
Nigga.
For a year, 104 million.
There's also an option in there as well, I believe, for either the last year or the last couple years. So that's, I mean, yeah, Jalen Brunson for sure. But I was watching Jimmy High Roller's video today, the weekly occurrence, and he was saying how Jalen, like 3 of Jalen Brunson's family members are connected to the Knicks. I'm just like, wow, this is
Sounds
truly
like
an
the Knicks.
inside job. So I mean, he
Like
was
they,
gonna
they
get,
always have someone on the inside.
yeah, he was, and literally, like, I think so. The owner of the Knicks, or the GM, whoever Leon Rose is for the Knicks, his son is like Jalen Rose's agent.
Mm.
So, literally, like, you give him 100 mil,
Connections.
his son's getting the 2%, 4% cut.
Look, all I'm saying is, man, the way these people are starting to get paid, the league better be okay once these stars start to retire. That's all I know.
I would be so mad if I was a NFL player watching these players get paid like that. Because Buddy Hield gets paid more than Aaron Donald, who's probably the best player in the NFL.
Did ass?
Yeah,
I mean, he played for a sport that's more institutionalized than racism. That's his fault. I don't know.
Oh, damn.
I'm saying, bro, these players are getting crazy checks. Bradley Beal one's the most disgusting, though.
Yeah, I mean, Bradley Beal, after just saying he wants to win, re-signs with the Wizards. I don't know what that guy got going
I
on.
gotta say, yeah, I know what piece they gonna get.
And the fact that the
So,
Wizards paid him in general is nasty.
He can say that he wants to win, right?
It's not gonna happen.
It's just not
I
gonna
was about to
happen.
say, yeah,
No.
it's not gonna happen.
I don't
I'm
have a
not-
problem with dude saying what he wants.
I'm not mad at Bradley Beal's thing. I'm mad for the Wizards giving him that money.
That as well, because they're not going nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna
They
win,
know they're not going anywhere.
they're going to win 35 to 40 games for the next like 3 seasons.
Exactly.
Five.
He's gonna be
just
mediocre as always.
Yeah,
Could use that money to sign a player. A good
I can't
player.
even think about the last time the Wizards weren't mediocre.
Shit.
I'll tell you what, man. The Wizards are probably gonna be mediocre for as long as R. Kelly's about to be in jail.
Oh my god. That is also in the thumbnail because Robert got a big one. Pause.
Big 30.
Robert got the
Big
big 30.
30.
Big 30.
30 years. Boom, 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 boom. We need a sound. I need a soundboard.
Now that you're making the sounds with your mouth, bro. What the fuck, man?
Boom, boom, boom. Bow. R. Kelly is in for 30 years. Fine. I don't know what they've been doing with him like the past 2-3 years.
Let's go.
just having him on parole or in custody or whatever.
Yeah,
But
he's just standing there in the fucking courtroom with his dick in his hand, bro, just waiting.
Yeah.
That's horrible. And there are 13 more cases that still need to be assigned to him as well. 13 other charges that need to be assigned to him as well.
Damn.
But
He's a demon, bro.
I mean,
that's
it's
dope.
the end of an era, like I guess, like officially. Are you still bumping Robert?
No.
I never was.
Do you side with Dick Flair?
Hell no.
I mean, when you put it that way, no.
I like
It's
He's
Never mind.
based on Robert R. Kelly's based on S Watch. I don't want to say the word because I know you get demonetized or not, but
He's on Gay Man Watch.
yeah.
That's tough. I mean, oh, not tough. I mean, keep him from doing it because he needs to suffer. Quite frankly.
yeah, the booty goon's gonna have a field day.
I mean, but I will tell you, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, just in case anyone, like, real quick. Hey, cardiac, real quick, just give me a
Type beat.
yeah, because I need
shit,
y'all
I'm
to
about to
understand something real quick. I mean this from the bottom of my heart when it comes to this. A supercomputer can calculate for 1,000 years, and it can't even come close to the number of fucks I don't give in terms of this man. Like, honestly, he can rot under the prison for all I fucking care.
Yeah.
As soon as you do what he did, partake in unripe fruits. Let's put it that way. Partaking in the unripe. There's nothing to say to you, dog. Like, and as soon as didn't he try to marry one of these children? Like, there's nothing to say here, dude.
He did marry Aaliyah.
He married Aaliyah when she was like what 16, 15?
Yeah, so I hope you have a nice long tenure over at your prison. I hope your cellmate gets real friendly with you, and I hope you end up underneath the prison.
And I hope your cellmate is Miles Bridges because he needs to put his fist.
Yeah, what Miles Bridges did was fuck. You seen the pictures?
I did see the pictures. I also saw the video of his own child on the phone with
I'm sorry. That's got to be
grandmother.
That's got to be my send off. Bye.
Oh wow.
I'll catch you later.
I did
I
not know there was a video.
No, not of the actual act, but like his kid was on the phone.
Yeah.
His kid was on the phone with like his aunt or grandma and recounting the events. And to do that in front of your child is just like the lowest of lows. I mean that's obvious to say, but I mean there's been a few NBA players recently that have just kind of like between Jackson Hayes, what he did in the season, if y'all remember, he was like biting his wife and his dog. And it was just
Jackson didn't really face that much backlash, did he?
Not at all, because he's a free agent. He's about to get a contract. But in NBA history, do y'all like remember like how many of these guys we see just like come back in the league like a Jason Kidd type beat? Granted, he beat the allegations, but a Kobe type beat, like. How many of them just got
not really in the NBA, but in the NFL there is a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Like some nigga, like Adrian Peterson literally abused his kid, and he's able to come back. I mean, it's been since, but he's been able to come back. Michael Vick with the dog fight ring.
Ray Rice didn't get hit.
Ray Rice didn't come back after that shit. Now what happened was they seen the video and had a big outrage about that shit, and that's when he really got suspended, and he never just came back. We released him after that.
Yeah, in the NFL, we see a lot of these people beat the case. Not beat the case, but just make a comeback because teams don't really care. But in the NBA, it is. The owners, they don't tolerate anything.
Understandable. Oh shit. Two-man weave. Dropping like flies.
Lost 3, bro. How do you lose 3?
It be happening, but we gonna move.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know. It's very interesting to see like people who are in situation like very high highly sought after situations, like being an NBA player of all things, and you go and like just end your career essentially.
Pretty much.
Like a
But
lot of people.
do you think there is a chance he comes back though? Because you saw that video he posted. He's in the gym. I don't think he faced.
Chance, but he shouldn't.
Yeah, I agree he shouldn't, but he is a young player. He did earn the $100 million contract that he was about to get. He's what, 23?
Something like 23, 24.
Do you think there's a chance he comes back?
He's 25.
NBA is too liberal to do that. I believe so. I don't think the owners are specifically, but I think if they want to continue, whoever wants to continue their profit margins, and stay within the good light of basketball watchers, which most tend to be younger, inner city, more left leaning.
Because unfortunately, I think he is gonna probably set foot on the court again. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but next 3 years. I think so. Because he is a young player. He is a good player, a very good player. He's about to get $100 million that he earned. And I think he'll just be back on the court, unfortunately.
Well, I will not be watching his games when that happens, if that happens. Shout out Christian.
That Hornets announcer must be sad.
If I have bad connection, it's raining outside the thunderstorm, and this shit is going crazy.
Oh yeah, it's going all through the south. Hope everything all right, like nothing falling or whatever.
Oh nah, it's not that bad, but it's bad enough to the point that my Wi-Fi fucks up.
Okay.
We don't we have a hurricane coming in Texas, Cardiac?
Something's developing. I don't think it's a hurricane yet, but something is developing in the Gulf. Because it is hurricane season. I forgot when hurricane season starts, but it has started. So if you are in the southeast of the United States, watch the news. Keep up, because they're starting to form. Global warming is a real thing, and they're gonna start being more dangerous than ever and wetter than ever. Type B.
Don't watch the news. That shit's all negative, bro.
What do you want the news to be? I didn't put this on the topics, but I want to get to this. What do people expect to see on the news? People get shot, people get killed, and people get robbed.
Mm-hmm.
There are things to warn people. So what do you want to see on the news? Like you just want them to talk about weather the whole 30 minutes to an hour that they're on television?
I think there is a way to incorporate. There's obviously you need to incorporate that, but there is ways to have a balance between being negative and being a little hopeful.
Shit.
But what's supposed to be like the hopeful thing? Like someone's cat getting rescued in a tree? Is that?
I don't know. Some guy beating cancer. There's always someone that does that.
It's always a local hero.
Yeah, some local guy found a kitten in a tree.
Well, are you talking about local news or like state or national news? I'd say in Texas, especially like ABC 13 type stuff, like does they'll spend a long time on like, hey, this person, there was a robber at their door, but they beat him. Hey, this person beat cancer, or hey, there's been this new like medical thing that's been theorized to be found.
Is that local or national?
Local.
That's local.
Oh, okay.
National definitely like shouldn't be like highlighting like semi.
I'm about to say yeah, this shit
No, I'm fine with reporting all the bad shit, but just kind of using that as your only way to identify what's going on in the world. Nah, don't do that. Don't watch the news like that.
If that's what's going on, then that's what's going on.
But it's going on. But let's say like someone gets murdered outside of their front door, and then some people like don't want to go outside anymore because they're scared of what's gonna happen.
Niggas are still gonna go outside.
But that doesn't have it. That you shouldn't say. Then the news should just stop reporting it, or they
the news should report it, but don't base your whole representation of what's going on the news.
Just be more nuanced. Like the news, I think that the news should just be more nuanced. Like instead of And the problem is a lot of these news stations, local and nationally, they share networks with like ABC, and ABC has to get the news off at 12 because the Price is Right has a 12:30 time slot. So the news has like this hour,
They just
and
have
then
to,
they
they
have
just
to
have to fit in
reset.
what they can. They just fit in
Yeah,
what they can.
and also for like the first 4 hours of the morning, like from let's say from 6 to 10, like they do in hour slots, and they just kind of repeat the same stuff because you have to go over the weather again, you have to go over the traffic again, and then you have to cover the stuff that the people whose job they have to go to work till 9 o'clock, so they wake up an hour later than everyone else. Um, you have to repeat the same stuff for them. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of times they just be repeating stuff, if anything.
Yeah, they do repeat a lot. A lot of the same shit. That's
Yeah.
why I don't even watch the news. I get my news from
I was about to say Twitter.
Twitter.
I get my shit from Twitter. I don't watch the news no more.
Twitter,
'Cause
DJ Academics,
who the fuck is it
Rap.tv.
about Josh Okoji? Who the fuck cares? Let's off the screen.
Rap.tv is a good news source.
No,
TMZ.
no.
TMZ is a good source.
Look, there are external news sources. The problem with that is then you just have to look out for confirmation bias because, like, if you're left leaning, you're gonna want to like get your news from Vox, which is a left leaning news network and like journalism network. So just that's the thing about like getting your news independently. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'm a leftist. I'm only gonna care about this. Let me only subscribe to this. Oh, I'm on the right. Let me only watch
Fox
Fox
News.
News. Let me only watch Newsmax or whatever Sean works for.
I think it's new. It's something Max. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, there are Newsmax. Okay, yeah, but that's the only thing about getting your news like on your own. It's like just watch out for like you believing this thing, and then you search it up on YouTube, and it's like, oh man, it came up exactly what I was looking for. It's like, I mean, but that's how that happens. Everyone has their biases though. You'll find what you find. Just make sure that you double check type shit.
That's why Twitter's the best news source.
Exactly. They got everything on that fucking. They got everything on that, bro. I don't tell you.
They got yeah, because
Even
on Twitter.
Aggregated though.
No, but on Twitter, maybe the place you go to, but if you look in the comments under it, you're gonna see a whole lot of stuff. You're gonna see both sides. Maybe a couple dicks. You got a bunch of weird shit.
Whoa,
Hidden
hey,
replies are the worst thing to ever happen to Twitter. Hidden, because I click on every one, and I need to stop. I've seen enough.
Addiction.
It's not a. It's an addiction. It's a dick. Yes, that's what it is. Every single time. But speaking of people who probably only get their news from Twitter, Young Don has been going crazy.
Oh my fucking god!
I haven't heard Young Don like ever, not ever, but like for the past like 3 years until now.
Like I used to love his animation shit. Then he made a second channel, and I was like, I don't know where he's going with this, but I don't like where he's going with it. And then this shit, I'm like, oh, so this is what we're doing now. This is.
Well, he's been doing this stuff on a second channel,
or is like he react to like certain things second channel, like what like type shit, like what he's arguing with Dante about. That's stuff she react to, like a woman treating a man like some shit like that. I remember he read to a Sneeko video when he went at Sneeko for it.
Yeah, I remember that. That was the first time I heard of him. I swear.
This was when you heard of Don. You hear from his animation. I've been watching Don.
I know from animations.
Yeah, I was watching Don for years.
I know Swoozy for animations, but
Young Don was basically like Swoozy on the come up.
Yeah,
when Swoozy was big. And now that he's up, he's probably going down.
Yeah.
Well, he is his people. He got them people in chat. They ride for him. Them people that when called basically round up Dante, round up Rage. They ride for him. The people that were under this tweet. Let me share my screen.
Nah, you seen the tweet? He was describing himself talking about something. If y'all don't know, I'm Young Don. I'm like pro-life, anti-LGBTQ.
This one, yeah.
Yep, right here.
I know some of you are new to me, so let me introduce myself. I am Young Don. I am Christian, pro-life, anti-LGBTQ, a proud Jamaican national, a grateful and proud American citizen, and proudly conservative. If that bothers you, I suggest you unfollow or sit back and enjoy the circus. Now, there's no problem with having these views. All right. Like objectively, think what you think. I disagree with it.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna tell people not to. I'm not gonna tell you not to.
You gonna do what you gonna do and mind your business.
Yeah, just mind your business. But the problem comes when, because of these beliefs that you have, you get on stream and then you say people that think otherwise are brainwashed.
Or brainwashed.
You say that they're brainwashed. You use like anecdotal experiences to justify
and
like
that's what
your actions.
That's what he got on Sneeko for. That's what he got on Sneeko for anecdotal experiences.
He got on Sneeko about 2 months ago, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because they were discussing racism from Asian to Black people specifically. And based off of a few instances and then some people that he talked to, Sneeko came to the
conclusion.
Came to the conclusion that like just Black people are more racist to Asians. I'm like
it's not how it works, but okay.
Yeah, you can't just take a few instances and say that. Like, where are the numbers? And then they had a big debate on stream, and Don kind of owned him. But since then, I'm sure since then, like maybe he's garnered a lot more attention and stuff, and that's why stuff like this comes out. And basically, if you're wondering why, like, you know, we highlighted his views and then we're highlighting him, is because in those debates where he's talking about pro-life specifically, he's just saying things such as, specifically what stood out to me, because I only watched like the first 5 minutes because I couldn't get over it. He said 99% of abortions are done out of convenience. I'm like, even if you believe that,
that's not how it works at all.
It's not how it works. It's not convenient to have an abortion in any way, shape, or form. And also to the brainwashing quote, where he said, he's like, yeah, I used to be pro-life, pro-choice. I used to be
like
pro-choice,
y'all,
just like y'all. But like, then I wasn't brainwashed. And then when like Rage came on stream, when Dante came on stream, and they were like, "You calling everybody brainwashed?" He's like, "No, I didn't." I'm like, "You literally did.
You really call niggas brainwashed. You call niggas that are pro-choice brainwashed.
Yeah, you said
it's
X is brain. You said I used to be X,
but now
I used to be brainwashed. What are we doing?
You gonna now with video evidence, nigga? Like,
I feel like Young Don's gonna be on his soul Illuminati or the spiritual. I'm right, you're wrong.
Apparently, that's what he's been on.
Yeah,
that's what he's been on. Granted, like I said, I didn't know the dude before, so this is really like my first introduction to him. And he is operating in a space, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, which is highly liberal because it's a lot of like younger people.
You think he's on Truth?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Ill.
But I just don't understand.
Is that what his views are?
I don't
Only
understand
people on
how
the truth
people can be like, quote, anti-LGBT. Like, what are you anti? They exist. Like homosexual people, queer people, transgender people, bisexual people, they exist. So you just like like what do you mean? Like what I just don't understand. I also don't understand how people continue to this day to use like religion as a justification for that.
Yeah.
Because if you've read the Bible says all sins are equal. He has had sex outside of wedlock more than people people have kissed the same gender. You've
committed a sin.
You've committed the same amount of sins as these people. All sins are equal. So it's not. I've never understood this ideology that people have of like, oh, just gay people are just gonna go to hell. Like that's not.
That's
not
so
a
fucked
thing.
up.
I'm about to say that's not how it works.
Is it the same if you have a kid outside of wedlock? Is it the same if?
I mean, if all sins are the same, then it should be, right?
But they truly don't know the religion that they're speaking on, or like the church, because it's comes from church rhetoric. Yeah, the church just says stuff, specifically the Catholic Church, but all denominations are what's it called? Um, are just as guilty of making their own shit up. Archie, abortion isn't in the Bible. Abortion is a racist thing more than it's a religious thing. That as well.
Mhm.
And also just to use this kind of extends from I think our last episode we were talking a lot about like just the state of the country.
Yeah.
I don't understand the religious justification for making laws as well, especially
Like keep religion out of stuff, especially when I hate to say this, but you're not 100% sure that God is real, Jesus was real. You're not 100% sure about that.
Drew, and this is why we had separation of church and state. This is exactly why we had that bullshit.
like America's
But
not a theocracy. There are countries that are theocracies that America like says, oh, they do it wrong,
Yeah,
and then turn around and say under God, one and indivisible. Like I don't.
it's like
I'm
don't
a
make
bed, eating
laws,
chickens for
don't make
all.
choices, don't base your ideology off a religion. When you first of all, there's multiple religions in the world, so even you don't even know if yours is the correct one, if there is a correct one. And don't use it on some fictional. I hate to say it, but it's fictional because you don't know it's real. Could be made up characters. Don't base your ideology. Don't make laws on that. Just
Yeah,
use what's around you. Look at your eyes. Look through your eyes. Say, look what needs to go on. Just don't go off the Bible, bro. Something that happened thousands of years ago.
well,
If it happened.
I won't say like because most morality is based on what you believe in. If you do believe in a religion, do as that religion says, but just know what that religion says.
No. You could go where you want off a religion, but just know everyone doesn't go off that religion.
Yeah, just
Mm.
don't force it on others. But that's you can't. And here's the thing about like the reality of America being a melting pot of religion, of race, of culture, of whatever. Um, religion, every single like as far as I know, monotheistic religion, which means that they believe in one God, and some
Mhm.
polytheistic, multiple gods. Uh, it says that you're supposed to spread the word, and partially there are people who are in charge of converting others to that religion and opening others' eyes or turning others to God and getting them to accept and such. That's basically what the Crusades were for. So you can't have multiple religions like that exist within the same space, but also say that everyone is free to practice and act on their religion, because inherently a part of that religion is infringing on other people's like beliefs and rights and I'm not saying that everyone is a Jehovah Witness recruiter, but I'm saying that like it's hard to be like, yeah, do what the book says, but
It's
also like
only
don't do that. Don't do that.
it's only two religions that really push that spread the word kind of thing. Try to convert others.
Christianity.
Christianity and what's the right term for Muslim religion?
Islam.
Islamic religion.
Okay.
Those are the only two
I've
religions
done
that
the
kind of
Judaism.
push this.
So
Judaism,
I might be wrong.
Judaism a little bit, maybe not so much. They don't push it as hard.
Okay.
I think they used to, but I don't think not so much anymore.
Okay.
It's only those pretty much two religions that kind of push that. Try to convert others. This is our religion. This is the right religion. Type shit. Like Buddhism and Hinduism, they're chilling.
Yeah.
They chill in their own little space.
Especially but that's I think that a lot of that has to do with the fact that there's such a minority of like this at least American society that like we barely see or like know much about those cultures. But we're all here to learn. Hopefully, because we're starting to. Well, I'm starting to push for some guests to hop on the pod, so we can get some more insights. Type beat. Y'all have had what close to 30 episodes with just being us, right?
I'm about to say, like, god damn it, shit.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it's been 30.
It's been a lot. It's been. I'll check after this one. Christianity says Judaism doesn't push for they say to the okay. Facts. Archie. Drew, the problem is it's not a religious thing. People are just brainwashed into thinking abortion is a religious thing. True. Propaganda. And Dre points out the Supermax deals. RJ Barrett got a Supermax?
Oh yeah, he did. Fuck him.
What?
Yeah.
When did RJ Barrett get a Supermax?
Nah, they bullshitting.
I think he got a same day Jalen Brunson got signed.
They bullshitting. Hold on.
No, he didn't get his. No, he didn't. He didn't.
What? Wait, let me see.
Damn, bro, put me in the league.
There are people are pointing out.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't
Well,
get it.
that is a bad look though, because if you look at that 2019 draft class, Zion 213, Ja 193, Darius 193, RJ the only nigga sitting there broke.
They might give it to him the way it's looking. They might give it to him.
They
He
should.
doesn't deserve it. Well,
They should. Yeah.
to be honest, a lot of these players don't deserve it, but they're probably gonna get it, unfortunately.
I think everyone that's gotten it deserves it for their franchise.
No.
For their franchise, Bradley Beal deserves it. For their franchise, Darius Garland deserves it. For their franchise, Zion deserves. Well, for the league, Zion deserves it. No cap.
Do they really deserve it?
It's a top 5 scoring.
Does Bradley Beal really deserve it?
Zion does deserve it. Even though Nate can't play, he deserves it. Yeah.
He deserves it, but he doesn't.
60, 10 games.
It's one of those things where you just like have to give it to him.
Yeah. But RJ definitely doesn't. A lot of people claim that like RJ is like super underrated and such. His limitations that he's shown even in the regular season. And granted, he's 22, 23. Sure, he can grow or whatever. But this is his player mold. The negatives that he's shown are the negatives that get exploited in the playoffs. Therefore, making him someone that, at least for the foreseeable future, is not a centerpiece for a playoff. Should not be a centerpiece for a playoff.
His peak is a good role player.
I won't say that his peak can be like the second, third best player on a championship team, sure. But like,
I don't know about second.
He's like he's a slight positive defensively. He's a spotty floor general and like playmaker, like because of his like tunnel vision that he'll get into sometimes. He scores like Jimmy Butler, but like without the strength of Jimmy, nor like the floor IQ of just being able to see mismatches, take advantage of them, and like get to his spot consistently. And that a lot of that has to do with his strength. And he's a fake shooter.
That's why I think he doesn't deserve the max. Because I don't think you think he's gonna be an all-star anytime in his career.
1 or 2.
I don't think he's gonna be one. Not with the West getting a lot more younger, a lot more young talent. I don't even think
he's in the East, bro.
Yeah, my bad, the East. But still, the East is getting better.
Even the East is getting better. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, he's getting better young talent.
He's coming off of a year where he did average 26 and 5 on 34 from 3. I won't say the field goal percentage, but type shit.
Average 26, did he?
He averaged 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say 26.
No. That's
you said 26.
26 and 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, he shot 51% true shooting. Let me see how the Knicks were spaced. Maybe I'm tripping, but I think
I'm not gonna blame that too much because the Knicks have dog shit spacing.
Do they? I mean, Alec Burks shot 40% on 5 threes. Derrick Rose, he was injured.
They have bad spacing in the front court with D Mitch and
Julius
Randle.
For sure.
So it doesn't like open up the lanes for him to drive that much.
Yeah, because Julius Randle he plummeted back to earth when it comes.
Yeah, so he's forced to take these contested mid ranges, threes. I think Knicks still have Julius Randle. Are they going to trade him?
Hope.
Probably not.
He isn't. What trade value does he have? Like, what are you getting for him?
Out of the team.
He's not worth no first round picks. I'll tell you
just that. Just away.
It better be for one nigga. They just get him and just make it a deal.
Facts.
Like, that's what I'm trying to do with like.
They also re-signed They also re-signed Mitchell Robinson.
Oh yeah, they paid him. They overpaid him too.
Yeah, the first player in like what?
What's his contract?
30? I think it's like 4 years, 60 million. I think.
4 years, 60 million.
So 15 a year for a shot blocking.
That's a little bit of overpay, but it's not that
average
crazy.
8.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, 2 blocks last season.
You're right on the offensive side, but I think he's alright.
It's a contract that you can throw into a trade. Push comes to shove. So that's all that matters. And it's not like he's not like Hassan Whiteside to where like he's like super block happy. He does have a fouling problem. He has a fouling problem. Of course, he has a free throw problem. But I mean, lob catching, big, highly efficient.
Just
can
block shots. Yeah, it's like a
The Knicks haven't given a second contract up to any of their draft picks since Charlie Wood in '94, and Mitch Robinson the first one since then.
That's crazy. 94.
That is insane. But I mean, the next CBA is going to solve all this by like decreasing the salary cap after our lockout that we have.
Oh my god, I'm not going to the league.
You're never going to the league. What?
I'm about to say,
they're gonna underpay me.
They're gonna underpay you regardless. You suck. But anyway, I thought we should end the pod.
I'm telling you, I could average 5 points. I can get 5 points easy.
You cannot get 5 points.
Yes, I can.
You're 6.
If I'm awful, I'll say if I'm like I have to be an undersized shooting guard.
What's a 6'1"? Okay, name a 6'1" undersized shooting
if
guard.
If I'm on Giannis's team, if I'm on the Bucks, then I can average 5 points.
They wouldn't sign you. The Magic would sign you. The Rockets would sign you. The Thunder would sign you. Yes, Jay, I'm coming to you. The Thunder would sign you.
Fuck you. We sign that bum.
You wish I was on the Thunder, Jay.
No, fuck I don't. Let's end the pod here. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of both of you niggas.
If I was on the Bucks, I would average 5.
Let me ask one.
Giannis has to drive and kick it to me.
One quick thing. Are y'all watching The Boys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Why is it peak TV, bro? It's so good. It's so good. This is The Boys.
It's raw, bro.
That shit is awesome, bro. I fucking love that show.
It's amazing, man. Oh my god! Like people were hyping up Nerdgasm. Nerdgasm was great, but it still wasn't even like
the best episode.
By the way, this is just a lie. You're lying.
Who said that? Who said that?
Sickly Winston? Sickly? Question mark.
Hey, but you get washed, my nigga.
Colin Sexton is undersized. Well, Drew is not.
I'll be Colin Sexton, bro.
You would not be Colin Sexton.
No,
Colin Sexton went 3-on-5 in Division I basketball and lost by 2 points. You're not Colin Sexton.
I was about to say that he went 3 to 5. He went 3-on-5 and scored what, 30? Like you said?
Something like that.
He took next shit out.
I mean, he had to. 3 players.
How does 13 people foul out? Oh no, 12 people. My bad.
It was out. It was out. They didn't foul. I think they entered the game with like 8 players available, and then like 3 of them were still playing through injury and were on minutes restriction. So they literally just had a starting 5, and then like 2 of them fouled out. So,
bro, Colin Sexton dropped 40 that night, and they actually won the game.
Where is Colin Sexton, bro? Did they trade him yet?
He's a free agent.
Oh, he's a free agent? Dang, no one wants him.
You shook it on restricted.
He's probably going to go to the Kings.
Unrestricted. Because he's in the 17 draft. He was on his qualifier. But man, I'm loving The Boy. Like literally, it's the best thing. It's the best show that I've watched since Arcane.
Nah, he's a restricted free agent, bro.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, restricted.
Oh, I don't think they'll match anything though.
Probably not. They probably let him walk.
Yeah.
Because he's very good show.
He's lost all trade value after the trade. But yeah, watch The Boys if you haven't, and also subscribe. We're trying to get to 100. We're at 95 right now, so let's try to get to 100 by the next pod. Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Y'all have been watching recently. We really appreciate you guys, man. Jeopardy episode's almost at 100. Ezra Miller episode did great. Last episode was great, almost 70 views. Really appreciate y'all sticking it with us. Almost 30 episodes now. We're gonna start getting some guests in soon.
We got to.
Gonna create a Twitter copy pasta, and also in the community, we might start doing Q&As in the future episode. Potentially,
For sure.
guys.
And then we'll get monetized, and then Cardiac will actually start paying us.
This is great.
Which he promised with.
Instead of 5 cents a night.
Facts. And then like a good night message type beat.
Fuck you.
Been
blocking you.
It's been everyone's payment so far. But yeah,
Fuck you.
we appreciate y'all. It's been loud and wrong. And that we are. Catch y'all later.